Today I'm reviewing my favorite waterproof headlamp for adventure, the Zebralight H600 Mk IV. For several years now in my adventures around the world, this headlamp has been my go-to waterproof headlamp for adventure. A lot of my adventures, as some of you may know, include sea caves, waterfalls, creeks, cracks, a lot of wet, dank, dark places. And after using a couple other highly rated waterproof, supposedly waterproof headlamps on the market, I found that water intruded into both of those headlamps and destroyed them. That is a problem I have not had with the Zebralight. The construction is super high quality, and the simple design allows it to stay waterproof and resist not only fresh water, but salt water. And the saltwater intrusion is where I ran into problems with my other waterproof headlamps. Supposedly the best on the market, but apparently not for salt water. Now, it's not a diving headlamp, but it is IPX8 waterproof, and I think it's listed for 2 meters for 30 minutes. And I have had it close to that depth for much longer than 30 minutes, for hours when I'm doing sea caving and coast-steering adventures. A lot of times that's in my pocket while I'm swimming into these little nooks and crannies. So I have had it submerged for hours at a time, never had a problem with water intrusion. Not only is it a simple, rugged design, the size and weight are very optimal for the battery life and the power of the light. So you get a nice, powerful light, waterproof, in a compact package. It's not super ultralight, but it's not super bulky and heavy. It's kind of in the mid-range there, which works perfect for me. The other thing that I like about this is that you can detach it pretty easily from the head strap, and you have just a little flashlight here. If you want to just save space or weight on the head strap and you just need a flashlight, or you just, I don't know, you run, whatever the case may be where you would want a flashlight over a headlamp, you can detach it. It's actually a flashlight and a headlamp, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't actually use it that way too often, but it's a nice little feature. Another cool thing about this design is sometimes if you have it in your bag and it gets jostled around, the button gets turned on accidentally, and then when you go to use it, you find out that your battery is drained. So because of the screw cap design on the battery compartment here, you just undo it like half a thread, half a turn, and you don't have that problem. And so that's a nifty little trick. I don't know that it was intended for that, but I find that because of that screw cap design, I think that's what makes this so waterproof in terms of water intrusion. Because where I had the issues with the other headlamps was the water getting in where you open up to put the batteries in. So this screw cap and gasket, never had a problem with them for years and years. And I've taken this thing, the Himalayas of Nepal, the rainforests of New Zealand, Costa Rica, the deserts of Southern California, the limestone karst hongs of Thailand. And this thing has exceeded my expectations for years now. But I want to give you a full and honest review, so I'm just going to go through a few of the downsides that I have found with this. Like I said, they're not deal breakers for me, but you know, maybe they will be for you. The first slight negative thing about this headlamp is it only has a high and low setting and does not include a red light setting. So obviously not the best for night vision. The second downside is after using it for a prolonged period of time, I have noticed that the metal case does get a little hot to the touch. So it hasn't gotten to the point where I've burned myself on it, but it has gotten pretty warm. On the one hand, it is made of metal, whereas a lot of headlamps I've seen are just simply plastic, and so that metal makes it more durable. The third downside is the cost. It is definitely more expensive than other waterproof headlamps on the market. I think based on the lifespan that I've had with other waterproof headlamps that were half the price or a quarter of the price, that lasted a fraction of the time. Like I've said, I've had this for several years, I think 3 or 4 years at this point. It is well worth the investment in something that is built really well, and it's made in the United States as well. So if that matters to you, if you want something made in the USA, if you don't want something made in China or somewhere else, it is made in the USA, it is made of metal, very durable. But because of that, you're gonna pay a higher price. And then the fourth major drawback, considering the price, it doesn't include the rechargeable lithium-ion batteries that go in here. So you have to buy the batteries and the charger separately, so that adds to the overall cost. Again, another drawback when you're looking for the best budget options, but in terms of most bang for your buck, durability versus price, this is definitely the way to go. I highly recommend it. If you do decide to buy one of these, please do so through one of the affiliate links in the description. I make a small commission off of that. It helps the channel out. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Stay tuned. I plan on doing some more gear reviews in the future, but if not, you can also check out my adventures here in New Zealand and around the world. But in the meantime, get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous.
Infamous.